Hey, how's it going, everybody? Tall Tesla guy here. I'm talking about something that's super exciting. It's something that we've been talking about for a long time, and I feel like it's been one of those things on the verge, and it never came. And I'm not talking about the Cybertruck because I know that's coming eventually, but this is Project Highland. Now, Project Highland may not sound like anything exciting because it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, it's Highlander, I don't know, but it is the Model 3 refresh, redesign, relaunch, and then also. There's more sparked rumors about the $25,000 Tesla, and then maybe some robotaxi stuff. So sit back, relax. You guys are watching the Tall Tesla guy. I am going to jump right into this Model 3, and only because it's near and dear to my heart with the Model Y and what that means down the road. So you guys know that the Model 3 has been out since 2018. It became quickly Tesla's #1 selling vehicle outside of the Model X and S. Faster than you can imagine, took a backseat, and the Model 3 became the car that everybody wanted. And it's not that I don't understand that. I definitely understand why. It was a much cheaper vehicle. The Model S was 60 plus. The Model X was 80 plus, creeping into 100. And the Model 3 came out at 35,000. Now, this is back in 2018. Now it's closer to 45,000, but nonetheless, it was still the cheapest Tesla that you could buy. First time you could get a sedan, and you were getting an awesome Tesla. So the Model 3 quickly pivoted itself into the #1 vehicle, but what Tesla doesn't do, like other manufacturers, is they don't necessarily have model years. They make minor changes to the car, so when they do something big, like what they're doing with Project Highland, it becomes a huge thing. People start looking about it, they think about it, they get real excited again, and it's actually sparked, stock price increases. It sparked a resurgence of buying Teslas, specifically the Model 3, even outselling the Model Y, which is a new thing too. And people just get excited about it all over again. Well, what they did with the Model 3, you notice over the years, they made it a little bit more swoopy in the front, closer to like a Cybertruck or even a Model S. They changed the cameras, new technology inside of it. They were taking away the gear stocks. They gave you the option for a yoke steering wheel that you couldn't have before, even new color choices, screens in the back, all that kind of stuff. Those were all the things that were hinted at when we found out about Project Highland, and a lot of those came true. New repeater cameras, there's new technology in it, so you can automatically implement full self-driving, which is a huge thing. Now, I'll tell you why I'm excited about it. I don't think I'm going to convert to a Model 3. I love the comfort, style, and spacing of the Model Y too much to end up switching back to a Model 3, but it hinted, or we learned, that there's a possibility they might refresh the exterior design of the Model Y. Now, a refreshed Model Y, to me, would be huge. I love the way that this looks, don't get me wrong, but adding a couple of extra features to the car, taking away the stocks, changing the gear on the screen, maybe putting a screen in the back, changing away the front designs a little bit, maybe putting a drain in there so I can fill it with ice. Little things like that would make it so you just love it even more. In fact, it would probably make me sell this one and get that one. But I make bad financial decisions like that anyway, so who knows what would happen. I think that it just adds that excitement, and it reinvigorates people's love and excitement for Tesla, which is a big thing, and it's a big thing for me. I get excited about that kind of stuff. And then, the Cybertruck, everybody's been talking about the Cybertruck. What's different now, though, is people are starting to see it. They're starting to see it in the wild. And I think that was coming anyway. I knew that they were actually producing it, but I've been on the fence to say, to get too excited about it, hold my breath. I have friends that put in early orders for the Cybertruck, and it was kind of like, yeah, you never know. Who knows? Maybe it'll come and be cool if it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Well, I think it's actually here. It's coming. I haven't seen any in the wild yet, but I'm in a different spot. I'm furthest away from California that you can be, so who knows? But there's a couple of things that people were nervous about him with it. The space, will it fit in a parking space? It does. It's bigger, but it fits. And then on top of that, the frunk is really small, which is a disappointment. I think people wanted it bigger, but it gives you that field of view. I don't see the hood of the car when I'm driving my Model Y, and I don't expect to see it in the Cybertruck either. And it sounds like you won't, because the frunk is really small. But Cybertruck down the road. But more importantly, more excitingly, is the $25,000 Tesla. Now, I've been talking about a $25,000 Tesla for years. Elon hinted about it back at Battery Day like 3 years ago, that they were potentially creating something like that. Well, it was sort of a pipe dream, I think, in the beginning, and now it's coming to fruition. They're creating a smaller one. There was an earnings call a couple months ago where he even showed it more. They don't actually show the vehicle, but you know it's going to be a smaller thing. And what he's planning on doing with it is putting it in his fleet for the robo-taxi. A $25,000 Tesla will be eligible for the $7,500 tax credit, which coming in December may go away. Who knows? Maybe not. And then on top of that, any EV credits you get in your state, which mine's only $1,000, but I know in California you can get up to $8,000 off it too. So take $25,000, take another $15,000 off, and you have a brand new Tesla that's $10,000. Now I know you can add some stuff to it, maybe get dual motor, all-wheel drive, whatever, change the interior colors, but for the most part, $10,000 gets you a brand new Tesla. Now that alone is huge. You're going to have the excitement, the drive, the technology that comes with a Tesla, and it's going to be packaged in this smaller vehicle. And if you don't need a bigger car, maybe you don't have an oversized golden retriever, or maybe it's just you and your wife driving around, or you and your partner, and you don't need the bigger car. So what you do is you get a $10,000 Tesla, and you have everything that everybody has with the $110,000 Model X Plaid or the Model S, and you have essentially the same car, but you only paid 10 grand for it because of all the incentives and credits. I can't wait for that. I might buy just to buy it. I mean, it would be so much fun to have a car like that was just so small and ready to go and do it, assuming I could fit in it at 6'5". But either way, I would take it. And it kind of, I don't know, shows the future of where Tesla's going to be. I know there's so many companies that come out there and say, hey, we're a competitor to Tesla. We're going to take them down. We have Ian Lucid, those kinds of cars, all the, classic auto manufacturers, Ford, GM. I feel like they can't even compete. They can't compete with the, economies of scale, manufacturing challenges, anything like distribution channels. And then on top of that, their charging network was a joke. We talked about that with that Department of Energy trip, and it just wasn't there. So what they did is actually buy into the supercharger network, and they bought into the supercharger network through something that Elon was probably thinking about from the beginning. And honestly, it's probably $1 trillion enterprise for Tesla, because they're the only ones that have something that is equivalent to, the gasoline network, I guess you'd call it, gas station network, but in the EV space. And now all of the classic auto manufacturers paid into the Tesla network, and now you can, starting next year, I believe, you'll be able to charge your Mach-E, your Chevy Bolt, your, Honda Ioniq, your Volkswagen ID4. You'll be able to charge them at a Tesla supercharger, which is ridiculously huge. It's a big thing. It's a big push for EVs. I haven't gotten to the point now where I go to a supercharger and I don't have a place to charge, or I have to wait in some of these long lines that people talk about. I feel like those long lines are reminiscent of the individual charger that's the best location that everybody wants to be at. I guess I'm not there, but until I get to that point, I'm going to say it's awesome and it's great for EVs. It's great for the EV world. And honestly, if you can get a $10,000 Tesla, jump all over that. I think it's going to be a huge thing, obviously for the company, but in general, robo-taxis, who knows? I would take it. I would probably hesitantly drive or ride in one, I guess. But nonetheless, there's so much exciting stuff coming with Tesla. Tune in for more videos to talk about that kind of stuff. I'll let you guys know everything I find out whenever I find it out. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, watching the videos, hanging in there with the channel. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, week, month so far, that you're able to relax a little bit and enjoy whatever weather you have as we come into the seasons, and that you're staying safe out there. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you on the next one.